Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be an autumn makeup tutorial. I incorporated a lot of browns, some berries, and some golden tones, and of course a nice dark lip. I also went with a much less bronzed complexion because I know that all of my summer makeup tutorials was really heavy on the bronzer, so I kind of cut back on that with this look. So if you guys want to see how I created this look right here, then please keep watching. Okay, so it is really hot in my room, but we're just gonna do this anyways. The first thing I'm gonna do is prime my eyes with MAC's Soft Ochre Paint Pot. I'm just going to take a little bit of that on my ring finger and I'm going to pat that on my eyelid. Now I'm gonna go ahead and set that base with Makeup Geek's Vanilla Bean, and I'm just taking that on a big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to kind of take that shadow and make sure that we are setting the entire lid. So now on a Sigma E40 brush, we're gonna go in with our first transition shade, and it is Creme Brulee by Makeup Geek. This is one of my favorite transition shades to put in the crease no matter what in the beginning of every single eyeshadow look. So I'm just really gonna pack some of that color onto my brush, and then I'm going to take the brush, and instead of starting the blending from the outer corner, I'm gonna place the brush in the center into my crease, and I'm gonna start wiggling it back and forth because I wanna take the color all the way from the outer corner and into the inner corner, and it makes it much easier to spread the product throughout the crease when you start from the center than on the outer corner, because otherwise you're going to be putting most of the color intensity out here, and I want to be able to distribute it throughout the crease. So I'm going to go ahead and go with back and forth motions, and then I'm going to do little blending throughout, back and forth, and little blending throughout. The next transition shade that I'm going to be taking is Makeup Geek Frappe, and I know I always use these two shades in my crease, but they are just the most reliable and they look great underneath everything. So I'm again taking that right on top of where I put, what was it, Creme Brulee, and I'm starting in the center, going back and forth, and then I'm going to do smaller blending motions throughout the crease once I've spread the color a little bit. So I'm just deepening up this crease over here. Now I'm going in with Anastasia Beverly Hills Sienna eyeshadow. It's just a little bit of a warmer brown, and I'm going to be taking that on a Sigma E25, and I'm going to be taking that lower than those other two shades that I just put, but still in the crease. So I'm going to be taking it, instead of like in it, right underneath it, and I'm going to kind of blend it onto my lid a little bit, and I'm going to keep it on the outer half of the eye. I'm not going to bring it all the way into the inner corner. I'm going to pack the color on with the brush flat, and then I'm going to flip the brush to the side and kind of blend it into the crease. Now I'm going to go in with our E40, and I'm just going to smooth out those edges. The next color I'm taking is Peach Sorbet by Anastasia Beverly Hills on a MAC 239 brush, and I am just going to spray my brush with Fix Plus to get it a little bit wet, and then I'm going to go ahead and dip into the shadow. And I am going to start packing this all over my lid, but I'm keeping it underneath the crease. So I'm going to start all the way at the lash line, and I'm going to start pressing the shadow down, and I'm going to bring it right here and up and into the crease. So once I get near the crease area, I kind of take like the tip of the brush and I kind of just wiggle it in this area and kind of like pat inward, but I'm not like bringing it into the crease, if you know what I mean. It's a very hard motion to explain, but I'm sure you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm just packing this all over the lid. I'm not taking it all the way to the outer corner because I'm going to put another color there, but just take it all on the lid. Okay, so now I'm just going to flip that brush over, and I'm going to go in with Anastasia Beverly Hills Sangria. It's just this beautiful berry shade right here. And I'm going to be taking that right in the outer corner of the eye, connecting to where we put the Peach Sorbet color. So I'm literally going to take it right out here and kind of into the crease. So just right in this outer section of the eye. And if you pat lightly over the other shades, it'll kind of blend the two together. And then I'm gonna flip the brush over and kind of blend these two shades together. So if you kind of like flip your brush back and forth, you'll blend the two shades by going over each other. So now I'm going to go back in with our brush that has a little bit of sienna on it from Anastasia, and I'm going to kind of put a little bit into the crease. Nothing extra is on this brush, I just want to kind of add a little bit more definition and deepness just in this outer section over here. Then I'm going to go back in with my E40 and I'm going to blend all the edges out again. Now I'm going to highlight the brow bone and I'm going to use the Mary Luminizer by The Balm. And I'm just going to place this up here. And I'm also going to take it on the inner corner. So I have already done my foundation and my concealer, so I'm just going to go right ahead and start working on the lower lash line. I'm going to be mixing a little bit of Frappe by Makeup Geek and Anastasia's Sienna on a Makeup Geek crease brush, and I'm just going to start blending that and blowing out the lower lash line. I'm just going to be blending this back and forth. I'm not doing anything fancy. So now I'm going to go ahead and use mascara. I'm using the L'Oreal Telescopic on my top lashes, and I'm using the IT Cosmetics Tight Line Lash Mascara for my lower lashes. Okay, so now that the eyes are done, I'm going to go ahead and work on my face. I'm going to go ahead and bronze my skin, and today to bronze, I am going to be using the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion in the shade 25I or L, I don't know. Everyone confuses me. I thought it was L, but now I think it's I. Anyways, I'm taking that on a IT Cosmetics number 8 brush, and I'm just going to start bronzing up the perimeter of my skin. I like this bronzer a lot, but you really do have to build up the color, but I guess that's good because then you don't go too heavy-handed too quickly. So I'm just going to start off with my forehead. I like to start at the temple areas, and then I kind of wiggle whatever's left on the brush into my forehead area. I mean the center of my forehead. Now I'm going to add a bit of blush. This is the Jouer blush in the shade Rose, and I'm taking that on a Zoeva Luxie Cheek brush. And for lips, I'm going to line with MAC Whirl Lip Pencil, and then I'm going to go in with the MAC Whirl Lipstick. And this is the finished look. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.